Peace, peace. You're locked in on the Black Ball Sports podcast. We rocking out live. We got some things to talk about, today for sure. So let's start with the Commanders. Let's start with that game, and then we'll jump into the Eagles. I think that'll be a little bit longer of a conversation. So what happened yesterday? We didn't get a chance to do a pregame
Yeah, man.
talk about it because I wanted to kind of ask some questions, but we didn't get locked in the other night. About Terry McLaurin, Jaden Daniels, and if I was going to pick, I was probably going to pick Atlanta in that game, simply because of those injuries, but what happened down there, I was actually watching the simulcast. They had them, I had them on YouTube TV, had both of them on.
Oh,
So I was
dope.
watching both at the same time,
Dope.
so I did get this chance to see a lot of the game. So, and what's your perspective of it?
All right. So let's go back a little bit because obviously we went into that game very short-handed offensively. You know what I mean? We had our starting quarterback out, our number 1 and 2 wide receiver out, our best blocking tight end. We were decimated offensively. And if you ask me on Friday, even with all of those injuries, I'm going to tell you I thought we were going to win that game based off of how I thought our defense was going to play, based off of how Atlanta played the last 3 games offensively. When you look at their offensive output, they weren't really doing anything offensively. I think they were scoring like 14 points a game their first 3 games. So they weren't putting out shit. So I'm like, all right, if we score points on offense, and it's going to be a hard task because they got a pretty good defense and we're decimated on offense. But if we could score points, we should be able to go in there and still and win in Atlanta, even with all the injuries, and feel real good going into LA with some of our pieces coming back, man. And I was terribly disappointed yesterday to see that it wasn't the offense, it was the fucking defense, bro. And the defense is really starting to piss me off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not liking the scheme. And that's where I'm really kind of leaning towards in this situation. I'm not liking what Joe Witt is putting out there. He's supposed to be a defensive backs coordinator, working with the defensive backs, always been known for getting turnovers, got turnovers in Green Bay, got turnovers in Dallas. We have not seen that come to fruition here in Washington in the last 2 years, and definitely not the beginning of the 2025 season. The back seven is just not getting the job done, man. We got linebackers sitting on the bench, rookies, second-year players that are running 4.4s and 4.5s, and if they got to catch up to speed, then it's your job as a coach and as a staff to get them up to speed, to get them on the field, because we've seen too many times, in particular with Atlanta and Green Bay, and it looked like Atlanta just took Green Bay's playbook and started really kind of just exposing Bobby Wagner in the passing game, exposing Marshawn Lattimore when it comes to man, because he's not the man he used to be by any fucking means. He's another one as far as individual players that's really pissing me off. It's Marshawn Lattimore, but I'm going to put more of the emphasis and blame on the defensive scheme, on the defensive coaching staff. I'm not ready to go and say fire anybody right now because it's way too early and way too premature for that. Yeah. But we got to really get our shit together when it comes to defensively, because there's no way when you have a team as inept as Atlanta was on offense. And I didn't think that they were going to come out and had a showing that they did against Panthers. I knew that they would come out firing. They were really in a desperate situation. They were talking about firing coaches and doing all this shit. They already fired Ike Hilliard, the wide receiver coach. So they were in a real desperate situation. I didn't think they were going to come out laying down. I thought it would be a close game. But when you got your backup quarterback, your fucking 3rd and 4th string wide receivers out there, and you put up 27 points, you should win that football game. And we didn't, man. I think that the offense had some struggles, but I can't put anything on the offense today. It's solely on the defense, man. It was so disappointing to watch that damn team throw 34 points and win that game 27-30, whatever it was. We lost by 7, but it really irks me. It's still early. We're 2-2. I thought we'd be at least 3-1 walking out of this situation, but we got some work to do, man. And defensively, we got some work to do. Another thing I'll say before I kick it to you that really hurt my fucking nerves.
Right.
We forced 3 fumbles yesterday, oh God. We forced 3 fumbles. We got none of them.
I ain't even seen it. Oh, okay.
None of them. Wow. We got one. Michael Samuel still got 1 pick that was great, but we forced 3 fumbles. One was at like the 21-yard line. Bijan's running up the hole. They got momentum. Deron Payne punches it out. It's beautiful. We got 4 people running to the ball, and we let Michael Penix get it. That could have took points off the board for them. Another one going into the half. We punt the ball. We have a beautiful special team set up. One of the Atlanta Falcons kicked the ball inadvertently. We're at their like 19-yard line if we recover that punt. And we put points on the board for us, at least 3, and take points off the board for them if we get these turnovers. And we're just not converting on these turnovers. It's starting to hurt. It's starting to really hurt. Our special teams does good, but when you got as many players hurt as we did yesterday, there's not a lot of room for error. And when you force the turnovers but not getting them, man, that's a problem, man. And it's defensively, we got to figure shit out.
Do you think you win that game if Jaden's there?
Yeah, I do, but that still doesn't mean we have problems because I say this. I think we win the game if Jaden's there because I think we put a couple more touchdowns on the board as opposed to field goals.
Yeah.
But I'm not blaming that loss on Mariota. I can't do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't think he went out there as a backup and did everything you asked him to do. Was he a little tentative running the ball a little bit? You maybe blame that on game plan, whatever the case may be. But I'm not going to sit back and say if Jaden's in, that game is completely different. Now, if our starting offense is in, I think we win a shootout. We might throw a 40 on them, but our defense still has to. We're not going where we want to go with the defense playing the way it's playing right now. Point blank. Period.
Right. Yeah. It's from what I seen, I was watching both games. Guys just running wide open. Like Pick. What's his name? The tight end Pick.
Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts. Like what? Bijan almost took one to the house. It was like a screen or something like that. That's what I seen from it. But I do think if he's there, you win. Because I think you probably could put 40. Maybe like 45, 46 on their head, and you're gonna be able to match them score for score. So, but again, I don't really think it's a cause. Maybe for the defense, but when you get your offense back together, you guys are gonna be, good. It kind of almost reminds me of us, our 2-2 last year, where we went down to Tampa, we got beat. You know what I mean? And you guys gonna have a bye week coming up, but
yeah, I wish we did.
yeah, it'll be helpful, but hopefully it could be enough to right the ship, for you guys. But again, it's hard, man. It's hard. It's early still. These first 4 games we could say is like preseason. Now it's time to get to the nitty gritty. And I think I got the Chargers, in LA next week. That's not going to be an easy game. You know what I mean? So we'll definitely see, on how that goes. Give me an update on Terry McLaurin because you guys have been kind of hush hush about Terry, and what's going on with him? Is he getting surgery? How long is he going to be out? Give us an update,
bro. Listen, I went from him catching that ball, thinking he scored a touchdown against the Raiders, to him he ran to the end zone to grab Luke McCaffrey's touchdown at the end of the game. He jogged there, jogged back. Then he has a quad injury. I'm like, all right, I think I told you on Monday, I think they were just sitting him out for precautionary reasons. Then we hear that he's getting a second and third opinion. We're like, what the fuck's going on? Then we hear that he's avoiding IR. I'm like, avoiding IR? I thought he would be day to day. Like, the more and more it went on, it seemed like the worse and worse it got, but we don't really have information, bro. Like, to sit back and tell you what exactly is going on with Terry, I don't know. People were saying it was a hip flexor. People saying it was a quad. People saying it was sports hernia. Yeah. What I do know is he's not getting surgery. He's not going on IR. So that tells me he may miss 2 or 3 games. If you put a gun in my head and asked or told me to tell you whether or not he'll play against LA, I'm going to tell you he's not going to play. Just looking at the way that the medical staff has been going, the way that this team has been moving, if they're not completely confident, if he wasn't practicing last week going into this week and kind of putting some momentum on that leg, he's probably not playing this week. I'm hoping that we can 2 games, you know what I mean, and we can start really getting him revved back up for that Monday night game against Chicago, I'm hoping. But I don't know what's going on with him, but it is a lot more serious than we previously thought. Brother ain't missed a game since I think the last game of the season in his rookie year. So this is crazy. A lot of people are throwing around the fact that he missed training camp as a narrative. And I'm not saying whether or not they're true or not, but I'm saying that, damn it, you left the door open by missing all the training camp. And now all of a sudden you're hurt, man. So it sucks all the way around for Terry, man. He was just, I think, finally starting to get his legs together, starting to get his legs under him. And now he's out with injury, man. But this happens. We last year we had a season where everything went right. And more importantly, mostly everything went right with injury. I think we had one player in John Allen that went out for an extended period of time. Outside of that, we had nobody really go out. And now we sit here with 5 players on IR going into week 5. So different type of season, man. But I don't know what's going on with Terry. They keep things tight-lipped over there. I'm hoping we can get him back for Monday night against Chicago. I would be surprised and happy as hell we see him in LA next week. But just my guts feeling is telling me he won't be there. Now, I think Jaden will. Will Noah Brown and John Bates be there? That would be a definite help. But I think out of those 4, Jaden is definitely looking like the person that'll be there on Sunday.
Yeah, what's going on with Marshawn, man? I hear a lot of y'all dragging him, saying, I hear a lot of y'all dragging Marshawn, talking about he ain't the same. Somebody was like, he's no more hamstring excuse. Marshawn, man.
I can't defend the nigga, man. I can't defend him. It was crazy. I went to training camp. I went to training camp and I was watching him and I seen a practice squad player hitting with a double move and he grabbed him. And I said, oh, that's not a good look. I swear to God, on everything I love, I said, that's not a good look. But I stayed quiet with it. I'm like, all right, whatever. I have not seen a possession. I have not seen a receiver him go up against where they threw the ball with him and he seems to be in position. Now, a lot of people want to blame scheme. Or you have him running all the way across the field and man, and they just dumping it off and he's playing soft man and all this shit. Okay, cool, whatever. They try to make excuses for him. But I watched him get hit with a double move by Drake London. Drake London's not a fast wide receiver. He's a big wide receiver. He's a strong wide receiver. He's not a fast wide receiver. Right. Not only did he grab him on the double move, he grabbed him and it still got burnt. I don't know what's going on with Marshawn. I know a lot of people are talking about trade him, get rid of him. I'm not saying that. That's stupid. That's ridiculous. Why? Because who else do we have? We don't have anybody else right now. So Marshawn is just going to have to get his shit together if he wants to see another decent contract in the NFL after this season. I don't think it'll be with us, but if he wants to see another decent contract in the NFL, he better get his shit together and quickly because right now he just seems out of place, out of sight. He lost a step or three. You know what I mean? He is not the receiver or the corner we thought. Another thing that really irked me about Marshawn is right after that fumble that Deron Payne calls, the next play after that, Michael Penix throws a ball that Marshawn should have intercepted with ease, and he doesn't do it. I'm like, you know what? I'm this dude right here, man. So I'm almost at the point where I'm done with Marshawn too, but we're 4 games in. We got 13 to go, and we need him. We need him. So I hope he gets his shit together soon enough. But don't look good for him. I'll put it like that. No excuses. He ain't been on the injury report once this year. There's no excuses.
Right. So yeah, man, let's move over and talk about the Eagles drama. We a 4-0 team.
Y'all the most dramatic 4-0 Super Bowl team in my life, bro.
Yeah, it just I warned people about this. When he said that last time, and I said, look, man, it's certain things you got to just keep in house. What? So first of all, for people who don't know, he put a tweet up. He put, if you're not welcome, not listened to, quietly withdraw. Don't make a scene. Shrug your shoulders and be on your way. And then he takes it down like a little bitch.
You making a scene, bro?
Yeah, you're making a scene. Like, what are you like? We winning, dog. And what I'm starting to see, man. I don't think it's gonna get to like we should trade him or maybe not right now or whatever the case may be. But I'm seeing players kind of take subliminals at him in the locker room. Like and even like with Saquon, he made it a point to say, I don't care about stats. All I care about is winning. Like in his press conference after the game, you hear Jalen talking that, the coaches talk, everybody's talking that except him. He seems like he's the only guy who cares about stats over winning. Dog, you had 9 targets. They had the blanket on you, dog. Like, can we give this corner, whoever this corner was that put the blanket on, give him some credit?
Don't happen often.
Right, and often, and Jalen in the second half, we didn't complete one pass. It wasn't a good half. The first pass, we was dotting him up. I mean, the first half, and there was blitzing. He was beating the blitz. AJ might have caught one. We was killing them. Then we took our foot off the gas, but let them get back in the game. We made some plays on defense, but you decline to speak to the media. Then you on your phone and shit. Like this social media, these new age dudes, man. I know he's like 28 years old, but come on, bro. These Christian type dudes, you want to walk like, remember, Jesus was on the cross, right? He was on the cross and he got betrayed by his people and he didn't curse him. He said, have mercy on him or some shit like that. And you on here tweeting like a little bitch because you ain't get your catches. The team won. What? And I hear the people, I get it. We got shit to fix. Keep that shit in house, bro. And what are you trying to accomplish by giving national media and local media and YouTube and all these media fuel for them to dump on us? Instead of us being happy that we went down there and won in a place we didn't win in a long time in 100-degree weather, we come out of this what they call a gauntlet, 4-0. We got to talk about you crying like a bitch, tweeting when your team is 4-0. I looked at his stats, right? Close the door for me. I looked at his stats when he came to Philadelphia. He had 2 years of like 1,500 yards in Philly. 1 year was like 1,000. So it went down, but 1,500 yards, bro. You had career years. You won a Super Bowl here, bro. Do you care about stats? We can send you somewhere where you can get 150, 10 for 150, but you be 4-13. or do you want to be a team fucking player and contribute to trying to win another Super Bowl, man?
Let me ask you this, cuz. Do
Yeah.
you think that AJ genuinely wants to be there? Like, because outside, what's his fucking problem? Like, I really don't get it. I'm so confused as to what the problem really could be when you're coming off the heels of a Super Bowl. You look like you're the favorites to do it again. What could possibly be the problem outside of you being miserable about being there, or you just being that damn selfish to where you don't care about you don't give a damn about anything else, win or loss, as long as you get 12 for 125 and a couple tutties, you good. So what do you think it is about him? This shit's weird, bro.
I think he wants to be there. I mean, because they had the pressure today. It wasn't him, it was the coach. And him and AJ had a conversation. It could be just him just venting and trying to, but you smart, you know what you're doing. That's the you know that anything you could fucking put up a mad face and don't put no caption, and people that still, wow, is AJ looking so mad? Does he want out? Look at this. Like, so why do that? So if you had to give me, maybe I think he wants to be here. The future might be up in the air. Like, as far as when we can get out of the contract, which I don't know when, because the cap hit is crazy this year.
Yeah.
Next year, the cap hit is crazy. You know, and another part of me is like, yo, get this man the ball. And then the part that fucking pissed me off, they started trying to force feed him. He almost threw a pick. I don't know if you got a chance to watch the game at all.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? But they started trying to force feed him, and dude was all over him. It kind of reminded me of that one game we played, y'all. And y'all cornerback was having a real good game on him. Sanders Strill and whoever else y'all had in there. You know, when he's doing his little stop rush, they come in there and knocking that shit down. And Jason Avant said this, former Eagles wide receiver. He said teams are starting to play him like he can't run by them anymore. So is it something there? Did he lose a step?
Yeah.
I don't know. But putting this shit into the media like this is not a good look. 2 years in a row. When you're that good, you got that much talent, they don't want you to touch the football. Saquon Barkley is having a down year. Devontae's having a down year. Jalen's even having a down year. You don't hear nothing from him. Jahan Dotson, they don't even throw the ball his way. You don't hear nothing from him. He wants to go get another contract with another team, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He probably gonna be in Philly next year, but he wants to keep feeding his family. You don't hear nothing from these dudes. Are they frustrated? Probably. It's like you at your job, right? You working. I'm working at a job, and I'm going on social media and airing them out instead of going to talk to the manager.
All right, make no
like,
sense.
What is that going to accomplish?
Nothing.
You know, so that we should be talking about this W, but we got to talk about this shit.
Now, let me ask you this about the offensive struggles right now, even though y'all 4-0. Is it because I've seen even a lot of people on Twitter get mad at your OC or your OC. Is it still a problem where you think that he just is who he is, or are you still giving him time to kind of get his shit together, being as though we're just 4 games in, about to be 5 games into the season?
It's just inconsistency because, you know, you look at the second half, it was like we flipped games. Just, you know, the second half of the Rams game, everything clicks. This first half, we put up like 20-something points, 23 points. We was up like 24-6 on them, 31-13. It should have probably been a blowout if the offense was able to continue to put points up in the second half. But then you get Todd Bowles, one of the best defensive coordinators in the game. They got a great defense. They're Super Bowl contender too. You expected it. Run over this team, put 50 on their head.
Right.
So it's football. Like, people are going to make adjustments. And so with it's problems with the offense. It is, but I think it can and it will be fixed. And as far as the offensive coordinator, it's going to take time, man. Like, we keep switching coordinators, we keep switching schemes and switching that. It's going to, I say, give me like by about week 7 or 8. If we still doing this type of shit and we winning, I might not jump out the window. But if we lose a couple of games here, then I'm like, all right, shit, something got to switch. Like, y'all, for example, Joe Witt, you lost a couple games.
Yeah.
So now, if you was 4-0, you wouldn't be really saying shit.
Sure wouldn't. You
still be talking, but it's like, shit, hey, we won.
Yep.
And that got to be the attitude. We got to do whatever it takes. You know, and that was a game where they was driving down, probably about to score, and we come up with a big interception. We came up with a fumble. But it's early. Give this shit some time. So I don't know what's going to happen with AJ. If I had to guess, I would say that coming up, he's going to talk about how frustrated he is with the passing and shit like that, and he meant something different than what he put. That's probably what's going to happen. But if you're Philadelphia, give this motherfucker, let this motherfucker touch the football or something. Let's go put it in his hand. Have him shut up. Like, just get this man, get this guy open so he can get the football. Go do a go route the first play. I don't know. But it's just like, as soon as I seen the tweet, like, here we go again.
Yeah, he's stupid for that. I don't even say he's stupid because he ain't stupid. That's the thing. He's not stupid. He knew what he was doing with that tweet, and it was just like, bro, it's a lot of drama out there for a 4-0 football team. That's wild, AJ. What you doing, bro?
Yeah, it's gonna take him some time to put it together. Like, that's what I think. As far as the coordinator, I would be scared if we look like we was in Super Bowl form right now. Remember, the Lions in Super Bowl form all year last year.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, they lost guys, but when it came to the biggest game, they weren't able to put it together. I want to see us peak, maybe like around week 8, 9. Coming out of our bye, that's when I want to see us begin to peak, when it's about half of the season left. Because we got a good chance of repeating, but there's still a long road, to go. Another thing people are not talking about, all of the Lions playing like shit, bro.
Are they?
They're not playing that good this year, especially in the run game.
Damn.
They're not playing that good this year, man. So, that's another thing we got to talk about. So,
that's the thing that's frustrating me about my team, because our run deep, we haven't letting up. We played some good ass running backs so far, and we have not given up a 100-yard rusher all year. But they are destroying us in the passing game. Yeah. And if you do a dump off to them running backs like Bijan Robinson, he ain't do much in the running game. He got his stuff off here and there, but he didn't kill us in the running game. He killed us in the passing game. He killed us when, we sitting there doing soft coverage and we 12 yards back on the 3rd and 2, and he sits there and just falls right to the pylon or hits right to the first down marker, hits it, and it takes off. But we got Bobby Wagner danning him up on a goddamn swing route. Like, it's frustrating because we're a better defense this year than we were last year. And that's why I'm looking at scheme. That's why I'm looking at that coordinator, man. We got to get our stuff together. But like you said, week 7, week 8, I'm hoping to see a change. We start getting healthy and we can start getting in our stride, because it's still super early. We think about Dallas, man, and Green Bay yesterday. That was a crazy ass game, bro.
Yeah, they got up for the game, and then the Giants beat the Chargers, which is kind of flukish or whatever the case may be. But
yeah, I'm pissed off at that. But
yeah, because now they're gonna come time to take y'all head off.
Like right on time. Fuck.
I told people about Dak Prescott is a good quarterback, if not great quarterback, and he'll give you a chance if you keep a clean pocket for him. He'll give you a chance to win.
Put that team on his back yesterday.
Yeah, and I've been saying that, and they're going to be around. I think, they're going to probably give us y'all some problems, and they'll probably be in this little hunt, right now for the NFC, East. But we'll see. It's very early, but Green Bay, they crowned them too early.
Yep.
Now they're jumping on. They'll be back on Detroit again. So we'll see. It's a lot of football left. That's what I tell people. It's a lot of football, and we shall see in these next couple of weeks. I think we got the Broncos. That's what I was saying about AJ. Like, it ain't getting no easier. Now you got Surtain coming to clamp you up, bro.
Yeah, their offense ain't worth shit, but that defense is something, boy.
Right. So it's another week. But after that, it kind of semi-light. We got the Giants like twice in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
They're not a pushover, obviously, but we got to get things going, in that passing game. And another thing is, Jalen Hurts was off in that second half.
Okay.
He looked horrible in that second half. We didn't complete not one pass in that second half.
That's why they came back. Cause I'm like, first half, y'all was killing him. And I didn't see it in the game, but I'm looking at the box scores as I'm watching my game, and I'm like, damn, they fucking him up. They're gonna win this game easy. Then I see him start coming back. I'm like, uh-oh. But I eventually threw y'all. I didn't know, like, obviously the ins and outs of the game, but you seen the scoring stuff, and it looked like y'all should have blew him out early.
Yeah, we should. It should, like, coming back. We'd have got the ball. Dude made like the long ass field goal for Tampa Bay, like 65-yarder going into the half.
Yeah. So
that gave him semi momentum. I was like, all right, when we get the ball, we got to score. We went 3 and out like 4 times in a row. I'm like, here we go with the bullshit. And Baker Mayfield did Baker Mayfield shit, threw a pick in the red zone. Bucky fumbled. But yeah, a couple positive things for our move. Cooper DeJean is playing lights out, bro. Great tackler. Quinyon Mitchell's playing great, even though he was a little handsy yesterday. Jahad Campbell, he had the interception. So it is a lot of positives, man, with this team. We got to get our edge rushing shit is not looking good. I know Nolan was out.
Neither is ours.
Oh my God, It's horrible, bro.
Yeah, bro. We getting no pass rush, and we can't set an edge, man. These people getting on the edge, and they fucking us up, bro. We can't.
Yeah.
We need edge
Yeah.
rushers, bro. It's bad. But I mean, when you look at who was out there, it wasn't nothing but a bunch of old timers. It was either you was gonna get, you know what I mean, Von Miller, Zadarius Smith, or my man that's in Dallas right now. That's Jadeveon Clowney. Those were the three.
Yeah.
They're all in the East right now. That was all that was out there if you didn't draft one. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't many edge rushers that hit the market. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I already know next year, probably like y'all, that's when I fucking bucket list. Edge rusher. That might have to be, depending on what happened with AJ, that might have to be like the first pick.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Let's we go get another receiver. But again, I'm gonna make it clear. I want AJ in Philly, man. I want this shit to work out.
Yeah.
I feel like he can give you another a good three years, you know, of high, you know, football play. You know, but he's got to shut his damn mouth and go scream at the coordinators. Be in the locker room saying, "Give me the fucking ball." I don't care. Do that shit. Go to the coordinator, like, yo, we got to find a way. Go to jail, like, Jalen, what's up, bro? Like, what the fuck is going on? But don't go to the media. That's my only issue. That's my only issue.
Yeah, it's causing unnecessary drama, and that's what people were talking about today. Not the win. Like I said, I didn't see nothing about the game. I see all about AJ, which is not good. Y'all got the culture and stuff to get past it, but he can't be much of a distraction, man. That's not good.
Yeah, not good. Let me move on to the show. Hold on. Let me flip the script. I want to talk about Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny was picked to be the Super Bowl halftime, you know, performer, but it didn't come without a lot of backlash. Now, a lot of people are criticizing this man because, you know, first one thing people are saying is that all his songs are in Spanish. One of the other things people are saying is that he was very, you know, vocal about ICE raids, you know, and shitting on ICE, pretty much saying he's anti-government, whatever the case may be. And those are the two major, you know, and they say he's a Trump hater. That's another thing. So they're like, why the hell is he doing the Super Bowl halftime show? Now, I don't know why they're coming at black people for that, because I don't think that's none of our gripes. Because you know what I mean? I don't give a damn about that. Like, I don't even really watch the halftime show like that. But I hear people saying stuff about black people and shit. Oh, you know, we help, like, bro. But what do you think about the, you know, first? And I will say this: Chris Brown should still be doing this shit. Jay-Z, you hating, bro? Why is Chris Brown not doing a half? But we already know the issue with that. But how do you feel about Bad Bunny, man, doing a halftime show and the backlash that he's getting?
No bullshit, bro. When they announced that they were going to announce the halftime performer, I was praying it was some white person. I was like, just put a country performer out that motherfucker. Like, please, just do it. Like, I don't care who it is. Just put somebody out there, Blake Shelton or whoever the fuck they got, and just let them do their thing for 15 minutes so they could shut up. And when they put Bad Bunny, I'm like, all right, here we go. Because people just love to complain. Now, what do I feel about it? I don't care, because I'm not watching the halftime show. I never really do. Kendrick is one of my favorite artists. I didn't watch it last year. Now, did I see it on YouTube after it? Of course. But did I watch it in real time? I sure didn't. Halftime is a time to kind of decalibrate and you got time to go do whatever you want to do. Eat, smoke, chill. I ain't watching the halftime show. I'm not there for that. One, also, this is an international superstar. International superstar. And when you're a brand like the NFL, when you're trying to reach global masses, it's smart to put a global superstar out there to have eyes all over the country on you during that time. And that's mission accomplished, because this dude is popular as shit. And I don't think anyone cares whether or not he could sing in English, Spanish, or whatever the case. I don't know one of this dude's songs. I couldn't. Now, if I've heard the songs, I don't know it's him. You know what I mean? I have not listened or typed in Bad Bunny to listen to any of this dude's catalog. I don't know any of that shit.
Right.
But there are going to be a lot of young people, a lot of females, and a lot of international people that are going to rock to that shit. A lot of American ones. So a lot of this griping, it's just it's easy to complain on the internet. It's easy to throw it out there. We're in this world where it's always black versus white. So even if you slide a Hispanic in there, they're still gonna blame somebody black or whatever the case may be. But man, I really don't care. Like I said, I was really hoping they put somebody white in there just to shut them up for a goddamn year, but they didn't. Bad Bunny's performing. I won't watch it like I do every year, and hopefully he puts on a good show, man. But I think that when you look at what the NFL is trying to do internationally, from an international perspective, we have games overseas and everything like that. It makes sense for an international artist to go out there and do their thing on the biggest stage of the world for the NFL and put eyes on it. And that's what it's about: money, business.
Yeah, he was the #1 in 2022. He was streamed over Taylor Swift, bro.
Brother's a superstar, bro.
Yeah, so it's like this dude is like he is Puerto Rico. Like he's the king of Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
You can put it, you know what I mean, and all over the world. So I don't see an issue. As far as the ICE stuff and him being anti this, and I mean, you kind of expect it, you know, because it just seems like more so that that whole ICE thing is targeted against Hispanic immigrants.
Yep.
More so than anything. That's what it just seems like to me. That's what we see. I don't know if it's propaganda. You know, I'm not really, you know, I hear about ICE raids even where we at. And a lot of times it's at, you know, produce markets and shit like that and landscaping for like people, the shit that they would do. You know what I mean? Back at the supermarket, dishwasher, shit like that.
Right.
There's no diss on them because they, you know, they growing and whatever they do, they building fucking communities where we at. And they owning more and more, you know, bigger businesses, you know, but they are going to these type of places where you tend to find illegal, you know, immigration or illegal immigrants at. So, you know, hey, it is what it is, man. I want to see Chris Brown.
Yeah.
But as long as Jay-Z is there, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, if you ask me about personal preference, I would love to see Chris or somebody out there that can sing, dance, and put on the show, do their thing. I don't think we'll ever see Chris Brown, but if Chris Brown was on there, I would watch it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna watch it on YouTube after it, then I'll probably watch it live, or it'll be on. You know what I mean? But it ain't never gonna happen. Not with Jay-Z there. You know what I mean? And he ain't going nowhere, so we ain't gonna see Chris in that shit.
Right. Let's speak about this. So after the Dame Dash interview on the Breakfast Club, that almost got 4 million views. It was fireworks, man.
Yeah.
Now he's bringing a lawsuit against the Breakfast Club over defamation claims, bro. I'm like, it's just, man, Dame. Like, I'm starting to equate him to is the new Charleston White. And I mean that is because it's like now it's just about being a crash out and making yourself relevant enough to get interviews. Saying what you're going like, all right, I'm just going to embrace this role of being the bad guy that's going to talk shit, talk about Jay-Z, this, that, just get these interviews. Because he pops up on another show and he's talking about this. And really, it's like bitching to me. Like, you went up on this show, things didn't go like you thought it was going to go. Now you're bringing a defamation suit against him? What's your thoughts?
I knew we were going to talk about it. I knew we had to talk about it. I knew I had to talk about it, whether we talked about it or not. But it's tough talking about Dame now because this dude has fell so far from grace. It is absolutely pathetic, man. And the hypocrisy that he comes with, it pisses you off a little bit. Like you got this brother from Harlem talking about all this street shit. He went on there and called, and we are no Charlamagne apologists. Never met the dude, not the biggest fans of him, right? Not recently. He went on there and called him gay, called him all this shit. You know what I mean? They was going blow for blow, talking shit. This is what we do. This is what we used to do, right? And now all of a sudden, because he may have hit you better or the headlines, now you suing. And I don't even think it's a personal thing. I think, like you said, he just kind of, now he's starting to get a little bit adjusted to what the internet is. And they're like, oh, shit, well, if I say anything wild or I say this or I say that, I'm going to get more attention than somebody else is going to interview me. And we don't do interviews anymore on the strength. We always throw money in somebody's pocket. So I'm going to get paid to do some of these interviews and say this wild shit. Fuck it. What else I got to lose? F it. You know what I mean? I'm not proud enough to sit back and not say anything. I'll talk about Jay-Z. I'll sue this. I'll do that. I'll do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the wave. This is where people are going. People are throwing out bread. Even I seen Cameron. He took out his little man purse and hit Adrian Broner off with some bread. This is what people are doing nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So he's smart in that regards. You know what I mean? If you going bankrupt and you need money, he's going to do what he has to do to make money. But when you look at the move, it couldn't be more pathetic. It couldn't be more hypocritical. It couldn't be more pussy. It couldn't be less Harlem. You know what I mean? So it's just so completely opposite of what Dame Dash supposedly represents and what he's supposed to be out here putting his name on and being a boss. I ain't no boss to sue for defamation when y'all was going tit for tat up there on an interview. Y'all was going at each other. You know what I'm saying? I thought this was men doing men shit, but apparently not, man. And I don't know if there's any validity to it. Obviously, he's doing it. It's everywhere, but I don't know how far it goes, is what I have to say, because I don't think he has any legs to stand on when it comes to it.
Nah, and people was kind of calling it a Chat GPT lawsuit. Looking up on Chat GPT. Like, people was crazy. And anybody that's respected, they don't even have to be personalities, but that like maybe business people or into things. I kind of listen to their take on it, and everybody kind of sees like, damn, you full of shit, dog.
Sad.
It's sad. Like Like we see the thing about we're intelligent people. Something about these, and I hate to say New Yorkers, but people like Dame, I'll say, that's talk real fast like a snake old self. And they feel like they can get shit over on you. And if they talk real fast, if they insult you, if they, use a couple big words, they feel like you're not really understanding the same through their bullshit. When it's like we done seen it all. It's like we went to LA for the BET Awards, and LA dudes thought they was gonna hustle us and shit or something like that. It's like, dog, we done seen everything. We done it all, seen it all. You're not going to get nothing new over him. And that's what I feel like Dame, Dash is. He's salty right now, and he's in a situation that doesn't look good for his image. So now he's trying to rectify that. But we all see it. It's like you bleeding out and telling me you're okay.
All right.
Like you're bleeding out, dog. Let me get you some help.
Right.
I'm all right, dog. Fuck that hospital shit. I don't go to the hospital. It's the white man's hospital. And then I like how he tried to use he tried to use he used the whole race bait thing to flip in and talk about how they interview white guests. And like, you're not as cunning as you think you are, Dame Dash.
At all.
You're turning into like a Umar Johnson type guy. You're only sitting down with people. And I'll give him his credit. He did go to the Breakfast Club. Yeah. And they did grill him. But who after that are you going to go to that's going to grill you and really push back? You're going to threaten to punch him in the face?
Right.
Because some guys are going to jump up and fight you.
Right.
I'll say, what's good, nigga?
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So that's not the way, a CEO or businessman, you should have emotional intelligence. You should know how to hold your emotions. And they say the tongue is mightier than the sword. They chopped your head off in that conversation, but you want to beat him up though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Question his manhood. Are you going at envy trying to, now we flexing on cribs? That's a hurt individual right there. That looked like somebody that lost the fight and they doing everything they can to prove that they won that shit. Or they want to run it back now because they got their ass whipped. Now like, nah, let's run it back. Now let's run it back. I ain't running shit back. It's over. You know what I mean? A salute to the Breakfast Club. 4 million views. Word. That's what we wanted. You know what I mean? I'm glad they did the interview. And Dame should have just left it at that. You know what I'm saying? Because surprisingly, a lot of people after that interview were still on Dame Dash's side. A lot of people were looking at Dame like he cooked the Breakfast Club. I didn't see it, not with my two fucking eyes. I seen something completely opposite. But put the thing up and people were disagreeing like, nah, you need to watch it again. You need to get your eyes checked. Dame cooked him. You don't know what he was talking about. Blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. I'm saying that to say that he still had a lot of supporters after that interview. So he could have just left it at that. What are you feeling about? Because he said, as soon as he said Dash, you see that whole motherfucker's mood just go whoop, and it changed. Like, I got your ass. Yep, Dash. And everybody laughed at him, and he got hurt from it. Now he's
yeah. And he even talked about one clip, his sneakers. He was like, they said my sneakers is dirty, so now it's gonna be a headline. My sneakers now it's in the algorithm. My sneakers is dirty. People gonna think my sneakers is dirty. Like, nigga, is you that fucking petty?
That's his favorite word now, algorithm.
Yeah, like, are you that petty? And and my man told me, he was like, man, why y'all go so light on Dame Dash? One of the things I'm like, yeah, I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, bro, it's like we try not to really go in on people like that.
Try
because it's still a level of respect, there. But at this point, it's like I don't give a fuck. No, it's like, yo, I gotta keep. First thing, we gotta keep it real. Mm-hmm. We could come over here and say, oh no, just keep it real. Like, it's not gonna hurt us,
right?
You might say, oh, I'm not fucking with that channel no more. I don't give a shit.
Fuck with
that's why I don't watch this channel. Or y'all tell you saying something. All you gonna do is get a comment or two.
Yep.
Like, so, and these people only respect that in this industry. They don't respect if you big them up and talk nice about them. You'll get farther disrespecting them, dragging them, then in your inbox and shit. That's how this industry goes. That's never been our forte.
Right.
But that we know that's what could get you the type of attention that you want. But with that being said, still 100% real, uncensored conversation. Like, there's no script here.
Nope.
We're not even talking about this. We just go in here and say, I ask a question and we just give our true opinions.
Get it popping. Always have.
Yeah.
That's how we do. 7 years straight, 8 years straight. God damn.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, that's pretty much one of the main major things, going, on. It was actually a couple of days ago when the story Dame talked about suing him, but nevertheless, and we still covering it. So
yeah, for sure. No, we seen it, but it's tough. Like, we talk about Dame Dash a lot on here throughout the years, and it sucks that the last few times we talked about him, it's been nothing but pathetic situations involving what he's doing. Like, it's not fun to come on here and talk about how pathetic Dame Dash is. It's not fun. You know what I mean? So, but it is what it is. Shit.
He buying Revolt. He said about to buy Revolt.
Motherfucker ain't buying Revolt. What money? What business credit? What business is gonna let you buy a business or something that crazy when you're going through a Chapter 7 bankruptcy right now? But all right.
Even the bankruptcy, how you tried to flip it, like your parent to 50. Nah, dog. If you look it up, it's different types of. There's different types of bankruptcy, bro.
Yeah.
It ain't like it's just one different thing. He tried to, like, for people that don't really know, they're like, oh, okay, yeah, it's the same thing as 50. No, it's not. It wasn't the same thing. Your bankruptcy is Kmart.
Right.
Going out of business.
Right.
That's your bankruptcy. I'm selling everything. Let's close this shit down. Your bankruptcy is Blockbuster.
Right.
50 Cent bankruptcy was GM. Restructured. GM's still around.
Right.
They filed bankruptcy. They paid, they settled they contract, and now they on the up and up again.
Right.
Not saying he can't do that, but just be real about what you're really doing. The court is taking over your assets and selling them shit. Anything that you have that's worth money, the court is taking over that shit. And you don't have no say-so over it. That's the type of bankruptcy you're on.
You just said the diamond comment, though. If you just kept it real, if you're
right.
just real about this shit, I probably be people out here willing to help you. I know people wouldn't be on here having these type of conversations talking about you pathetic and shit. I know I wouldn't come out of my mouth and call you pathetic if you just kept it real.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the shit you doing after it, trying to make it seem like it ain't what it is, and trying to, you know what I mean, do this corny, hypocritical, I'm a sue this. Nah, it's pathetic, bro. It is what it is.
Yeah. So yeah, man, StreamYard cooperated today. We got this one in.
Word.
I'm excited. I know the people gonna really, appreciate this, opinion on both what we talked about today. So until next time, man, another episode we get. If y'all watch the Black Ball Sports Podcast, we record our podcast, on here. So you get kind of a treat today, 2 podcasts in one. So make sure you subscribe, to the channel, and we'll holler at y'all next time. That's your brother Sam Ant, Viral Hip Hop News. I'm your brother O God, Hip Hop News Uncensored. Be sure to check out the Black Ball Sports Podcast as well. We out of here, man. Peace.
Peace.